I stand here to have my participation in the important subject of fee reimbursement scheme and scholarship to the students. Madam, when we discuss about this topic and this issue of fee reimbursement and scholarship for the students, there are two aspects which we need to discuss on this issue. One is the hardship which is being faced by the students because of non-payment of the scholarship and the fees reimbursement. And the second aspect is about the institutes and the colleges which are facing hardship and problems because of fees is not being received by these colleges. And when I go into these two aspects, before going into these two aspects, firstly, when I begin with a strong protest on the statement issued by the government and the Honorable Minister. The reason for my protest is that this is a very important and a serious subject. I am not disputing whether Harita Haran was a serious or unserious project, issue or fisheries. They are also very important. Whether the monkeys coming in the city is important or not important, I do not want to discuss on that. But we all know that this is very important. And this subject is dealing with SCs, STs, minorities, BCs, EBCs and disabled. And when I see the statement, I am shocked and I am surprised. Only just few sentences have been mentioned. I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, sir, kindly be graceful for the House to know the details of the fees reimbursement and scholarship dues which are there in all these departments, SCs, STs, minorities, BCs, EBCs and disabled. The statement has not given the total details. And secondly, madam, we are discussing on the fate of 14 lakh students. When I say this aspect, I would also like to point out on an important issue. I have been hearing from the opposition benches criticizing the government, and many members have spoken that the Telangana government is not serious about clearing the dues. But we all have to also remember this, that Telangana government till today or till last year was busy clearing the carryovers and the dues of the Andhra Pradesh, the then Andhra Pradesh. If I have to go into the details, this House would really be surprised. In the year when Telangana came into emergence in 2014, and what was the due in 2014? The due of 2010 and 11 were due, and that time the balance due was 1,276. If I am wrong, I may be corrected. The dues of 2011 and 12, which was given by the Congress government then of Andhra Pradesh, again was 1,407.62 crores. 2012 and 13 dues, which were inherited and given to the Telangana state, was 1,550. And the dues again of 2013 and 14, again, the dues I am saying, madam, I am not saying the demand. The dues were 1,880.97. If we have to calculate all these dues, this due itself was more than 5,000 crores, which the Telangana government had to clear. This needs to be understood. This is where the policy had gone wrong. This is where the government has done a mistake. The Andhra Pradesh government has done the mistake. And the mistake done by the Andhra Pradesh government, the then Congress government, has to be paid by today's Telangana state and the Telangana government and the TRS government. This is also a fact. And none can deny this. And now that the government is being paying, I have seen the statement. Well, when I have to go from 2013 and 14, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Madam, The due amount of scholarship was 2,000 crores. 2014 and 15 financial years, again the demand was 2,200 crores. The total requirement of 2014 and 15 was 4,200 crores. The government has released 1,400 crores. Then again, balance amount to be paid was 2,800. In 2015 and 16 years, the demand was 2,100. The total amount payable for 15 and 16 is 4,900 crores. In the 2015 and 16 year, government released 2,000 crores. 2,000 crores, the balance amount to be paid is 2,900 crores. In 2016 and 17 financial year, the demand was 2,100 crores. The total amount payable for 2016 and 17 is 5,000 crores. In 2016 and 17 financial year, government released 1,400. Balance to be paid is 3,600. So when I say that, madam, the balance is 3,600, I would also like to say that the Telangana government have paid thousands of crores. There is no question, there is no doubts about it. They have paid almost more than 3,800 crores, almost 4,000 crores. Yes, but this amount also needs to be paid. This is very important. When we talk about and criticize the government, we also need to understand that if the government wants to do anything, first they will have to clear the old dues which have been inherited to the state, which has been inherited to this government because of the mismanagement of the then government of Andhra Pradesh. And that was the Congress government. And at the same time, madam, when I come to Minority Welfare Department, the 2015 and 16 demand is 290 crores. The government budget release as per GO is 300 crores. Till now the amount released is 165 crores. Due amount to be paid is 135 crores. In 2016 and 17, financial demand is 200 crores. So, and Madam Honorable Deputy Speaker, 2016 and 17 registered students are very meager, due to closing down of 140 engineering college in 2016 and 17 academic year. We all are talking about the closure of the colleges. But at the same time, there is another side, and another story of a side is that these many colleges were mismanaged and they were into corrupt practices. Not all, I would say, but few colleges. That is why these colleges were forced to be closed down. They didn't have the faculty, they didn't have the infrastructure, but the saddest part is again that the colleges which had the faculty, which had the infrastructure, has to bear the brunt of non-payment of this scholarship, because of which many colleges are closing. Madam Honorable Speaker, Madam, to go further ahead, from these details, it is apparent that in 2013 and 14, rupees 2,167 crores were disbursed to 14,44,000 students towards MTF and RTF. In 2014 and 15, rupees 2,266 crores were disbursed to 13,84,000 students. In 2015 and 16, only rupees 984 crores were released. Now, this is the question mark. My request and the demand to the Honorable Chief Minister Sahab is that you have been generous, you have been kind enough of releasing once 2,167 crores, then again you were generous in releasing 2,266 crores. Why now only 984 crores is the question mark? Because I would like to recall and remember, in this August 1000 budget session, Honorable Chief Minister Sahab had come on record and given assurance, given assurance to this August House saying that RTF would be cleared in the same year. Honorable Chief Minister Sahab also said that in MTF, quarterly we are going to clear this. But as of for now, we require almost 5,000 crores to clear the carryover of last year's and for this present year. So we need to release the amount because the students are suffering. And it's a very important subject, madam. In the current financial year 2016 and 17, about 12,97,000 applications are received. But not a single rupee has been released as the verification application is going on. The state budget has allocated 2,935 crores plus
1,400 are the dues. Crores for MTF and RTF for SC, ST, minority, economic backward classes and disabled. The allocation includes 590 crores for SCs, 304 crores for STs, rupees 1,096 crores for BCs and rupees 333 crores for minority, rupees 552 crores for EBC and rupees 1 crore for disabled. This is what, Madam Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Madam, I would like to know from Honorable Minister, what are the budgetary releases made so far during the 9 months of the current financial year for MTF, RTF, for SCs, STs, BCs, minority, EBC and disabled. It may be recalled that the government has enhanced the income ceiling for the welfare schemes and for scholarship and fees reimbursement. Scheme to rupees 1.5 lakhs in rural areas and 2 lakhs in urban areas. Earlier, for pre-matric and post-matric scholarship for the state government, the income ceiling was only rupees 1 lakh. We thank the government. On account of the enhancement of income ceiling, more students have to be covered under MTF RTF. But the fact is that the number of students of SC, STs, BC and EBCs and disabled is coming down. So I would like to know, why is it coming down? What are the reasons? This is a question which needs to be answered. And at the same time, Madam, except for degree colleges, the number of professional colleges is coming down, including engineering, MBA, MCA, BA, law, pharmacy, medicine, MTech and pharmacy. Even the number of junior colleges have come down. Why the number of junior colleges are coming down? I can understand. Engineering colleges, yes, a task force and a committee was constituted to look into the deficiencies of the college. Fine, it is good. But why is it that the junior colleges are coming down? This is a question. Not only the junior colleges are coming down, the schools are also coming down. This we need to know as to what are we going to take the measures. This is happening as the colleges are either closing down or they are denied affiliation and permission with the concerned authorities, including the universities and regulatory bodies like AICT, etc. Another problem, Madam, Honorable Deputy Speaker, is that the scholarship and the fees reimbursement are sanctioned only when the students' applications are enrolled in the college. Enrolled in the college, Madam, which are registered under E-Pass. There are a large number of colleges which are not confirmed despite registering themselves. So the Honorable Minister needs to give an answer to this. Why are they not? Why are they not registered in spite of getting enrolled? When they are enrolled, what is happening, Honorable Madam Deputy Speaker, is that as a student, for example, I take an admission in one college, thinking that, and I am economically backward, or I am an SC student or BC or disabled. Giving an example, they go take an admission in one college. That college enrolls, but he is not registered in E-Pass. And that poor student is suffering over there. Who's going to pay the fees? Why after enrollment they are not registering the colleges? There are a large number of colleges which are not confirmed despite registering themselves. I would like to know what are the norms? What are the norms? I would like to know what are the norms for putting the names of colleges under E-Pass for the award of scholarship and fees reimbursement to the students enrolled in it. Madam, when I go to minority students, Madam, it is a very important. Post-matric scholarship was introduced in minorities in 1997 and 98. I would like to say, Madam, and come on record and say that every political leader or every leader, feels and takes a pride in any issue which he has been successful in his political career to achieve. And I would say that the achievement of my political career is that I was successful in getting the fees reimbursement and scholarship for the minority student by Dr. late Y.S. Rajshekhar Reddy. He was generous enough. He had given the Muslim students also the scholarships, fees reimbursement. It is a very big achievement of me and my party, I would say. That has been continued till now. Because of that, many students are going for higher studies. They are educating themselves. But Madam, when an order was given, minority students would be treated on par with SCs and STs. The question arises is that only BCE minority students are treated on SC and on par with SCs and STs. Why not all the minority students? Why not all the minority students? And it was also said that pre-matric, Honorable Chief Minister Saab came and recorded in this House in the budget session and gave an assurance and said that whatever leftover students for pre-matric or मैट्रिक से पहले जो रहेंगे, 10वीं जमात से पहले जो रहेंगे, उनको भी 5,000 रुपये देंगे। चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब ने वादा किया इस ऐवान में, वो वादा आज तक भी वफा नहीं हो सका। मैडम, देयर आर बहुत से बैकलॉग्स हैं इसमें, एंड ऑल्सो मैडम आई वुड लाइक टू गिव सम फ्यू डिटेल्स मैडम, जस्ट फ्यू डिटेल्स ऑफ माइनॉरिटी एंड कंक्लूड। आई रिक्वेस्ट टू जस्ट काइंडली, I humbly submit, give me just 5 minutes, I'll just conclude by giving some few facts and details of minorities, madam. Madam, Minority Welfare Department, under RTI I have seeked information, 2016 and 17 budget, total application received there, 122,516. In 2015 and 16 academic year, student application verified 1,14,337 and pending for disbursement officer is 2,137. The scholarship RTF and MTF sanctioned students are 1,12,200. Amount required for scholarship is as follows, madam. Madam, if I have to go into the detailed demand on verified applications, budget requirement, financial year, budget allocation 2017 and 16 and amount. Madam, for RTF, 105.45 crores. For MTF, 24.55. The total is 129.98 crores. The budget requirement is very less and very meager, and the budget has not been released, madam. I, through you, request the government to kindly look into the issues of minorities. Madam, the amount is available in the department, but due to non-operational by the nodal agencies, the areas of 2013 and 14 are not yet released in minority department. On the other hand, this financial year 2016 and 17, the Minority Welfare Department released an amount of RTF rupees 219.43 crores and MTF of rupees 47.79 crores. The concerned district authorities, DMW officials have to submit their bills in the Treasury Office and withdraw the scholarship amounts. From October onwards, not a single rupee has been drawn by the district authorities, DMWOs in 31 districts of Telangana state. Why is this happening? When the government is committed, when the government is sincere in helping the minorities, why are the officials not doing their duties? This is a question which I have been raising again and again. Because the inefficiency of the officials, the remark is coming on the government. And people are also questioning us. What are you doing as a representative of minorities? Why aren't you fighting and getting back the money for the students? The reasons due to the new districts officials have to set right. Previously in 10 districts, 10 DMWOs were working. Now after constitution of 31 districts, most of the districts, the DMWOs are not yet appointed or they have been allocated duties. So many district officers are not yet established with proper staff infrastructure. There is an acute shortage in staff in Minority Welfare Department. Honorable Chief Minister Sahab was kind enough and gave an assurance in the budget session and said, Akbar Sahab, aapki baat sahi hai. Minority Welfare Department mein logon ki zarurat hai. Hum karenge, lekin wo cheez bhi aaj tak bhi nahi hui. Ye log sirf retired officials ko appoint karte hain. Sirf jo retire ho jate hain, jo kaam ke rahe nahi rehte. Why don't you get the young blood? Why don't you get some energetic people in the Minority Welfare Department? Why don't you get the people who would give performance, madam? Madam, there are many issues. I have also said about the E-Pass Minority Welfare Department. So many technical problems are occurring due to lack of experts in the staff, madam. We came to know that the program could not directly access the website for the last 3 months. They were not able to access the website for the last 3 months. So many complaints made, but proper response was not come from the department. We request the government to allocate one dedicated program software person for Minority Welfare Department scheme. Otherwise, though the government is releasing budget, the funds are not getting utilized. Only 3 months are left, including this month, for disbursement of scholarship fees and reimbursement. Madam, lastly,
please
I would
conclude,
like, I'm concluding, madam.
Conclude.
Madam, I'm concluding. Honorable Chief Minister Sahab is there. That is why I'm just taking the opportunity and requesting you, madam.
Already we have given for 20 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm thankful to you, madam. I'm thankful. Madam, I just would like to give the details of the overseas scholarship. On the demand of MIM and myself, I thank the Honorable Chief Minister Sahab for accepting our demand and giving scholarship and assistance to the overseas students. अब क्या हुआ मैडम, ओवरसीज स्टूडेंट्स का हम देखते हैं कि लास्ट ईयर के पैसे दे दिए गए, नए एप्लीकेशंस आए हैं, लेकिन आज तक भी उन एप्लीकेशंस के पैसे नहीं दिए गए हैं, जिसकी वजह से ओवरसीज स्टूडेंट्स परेशान हैं, बहुत परेशान है। उसकी तफसीलात है, वक्त नहीं है सर, मैं नहीं दे रहा हूं, लेकिन और एक बात याद दिलाऊंगा मैडम स्पीकर, चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब वाज अगेन काइंड इनफ, ही सेड कि अकबर साहब बिल्कुल सही है, मुसलमान बच्चे भी सिविल सर्विसेज में जाना चाहिए, उनको भी ट्रेनिंग देंगे हम। आज तक मैडम, आज तक भी लास्ट ईयर की कोचिंग बच्चों की नहीं हुई है, और इस साल के लिए भी एक इंस्टीट्यूट से बात करे, लेकिन अब तक एग्रीमेंट नहीं करे। क्लासेस स्टार्ट हो चुके हैं, और अगर और देर होगी तो और बच्चे इब्तिदाई तालीम से महरूम होंगे। ये कई बातें हैं, स्कॉलरशिप्स का है, प्री मैट्रिक, पोस्ट मैट्रिक का, और मैं चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब से कंक्लूड करते हुए कहूंगा कि रिजर्वेशन आप देने का वादा करे हैं, जरूर हमें उम्मीद है कि जरूर आप अपनी तरफ से कोशिश करेंगे रिजर्वेशन मुसलमानों को देने के लिए, लेकिन जब मिलना है वो मिलेगा। लेकिन जब तक मैं हुकूमत से दरख्वास्त करूंगा कि आप मुसलमानों को ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स बनाइए कि जिसके जरिए जितना इस्तेफादा रिजर्वेशन के जरिए होता है, उसके बराबर या उससे ज्यादा फायदा मुसलमान बच्चों को हो। और इसके लिए सबसे पहले मैं कहूंगा कि प्लीज आप मुसलमान माइनॉरिटी स्टूडेंट्स को एससी एसटीज के बराबर ट्रीट करिए, जो सहूलतें एससी एसटीज को दिए जाते हैं वो दीजिए। पासिंग मार्क्स एससी एसटीज के जो है माइनॉरिटीज के करिए, और जो एज है एससी एसटीज का वो भी करिए। आप जब तक एससी एसटीज के बराबर मुसलमानों को ट्रीट नहीं करेंगे तो मुसलमान आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा। ये बहुत अहम बातें हैं, मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि हुकूमत इन बातों पर तवज्जो देगी, और मुझे यकीन है कि रियासती हुकूमत मुसलमानों के मसाइल के ऊपर काफी संजीदा है, और हर मर्तबा जब भी हम जाकर जो भी मुतालबा करते हैं उसको हुकूमत ने कबूल करती रही है, और हम ये भी समझेंगे कि इस मुतालबे को भी कबूल करते हुए हम मुस्लिम अराकीन असेंबली को कुछ वक्त दें तो हम आके मुस्लिम मसाइल पर आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं। मुस्लिम मसाइल पर आप बहुत उबूर रखते हैं, आपको मालूम है, लेकिन अगर हमको भी वक्त देंगे तो हम भी सारी तफसीलात रखेंगे, और मैं उम्मीद करूंगा कि जो मसाइल मैं यहां पे उठाया हूं इस पर हुकूमत संजीदगी से गौर करेगी और सारी तफसीलात देगी। शुक्रिया मैडम।